Have you all experienced this situation where you find it really difficult to recall someone's name, yet you can vividly remember how they looked or what they wore? Do you think you have a memory problem? Welcome to the Explain World, where everything is simply explained. In today's episode, we will learn how to improve your memory. First, let's start with a simple exercise. I will list 10 words and let's see how many words you can remember. Let's start. Bus, balloon, tiger, cake, TV, door, elevator, mattress, candle, chicken. Now pause the video and write down all the words. On an average, people recollect 5 to 6 words from that list, and not necessarily in the correct order. Researchers say our brains can store up to 2.5 petabyte of memories. To put that in context, it is as much storage required to store high-quality HD content continuously running on your TV for 33 years non-stop. Yet, we find it extremely difficult to remember 10 random words or a phone number or people's name. That is because we are not using the correct techniques to make use of the power of our brain. We can drastically improve our memory by using 2 simple techniques. Technique number 1 is imagination. We remember a movie scene much better than a story someone told. This is because a visual medium like movie makes use of your visual memory, which is much stronger than your verbal memory. So one of the best ways to give your brain more chance to remember something you hear is to start imagining those things. So when I said cake in the previous exercise, you should have thought of a big red velvet cake with a cherry on top. Imagine eating a slice of this yummy cake. Make use of as many sensory organs as you can in your imagination. And technique number 2 is association. This means a link from one word to the next. If there is a natural connection between words, it becomes very easy to remember. In our examples though, the words did not have a natural link and hence it was difficult to remember. But had I said car, steering, key, petrol, tire, the connection between words are natural and it would have been much easier to remember the words. But in real world, things are not so obvious and hence we need to use our imagination to create an association between words. Combining the above 2 principles gives you a method called story method. In this method, you use your imagination to make stories that can create an association between random words. Using this increases your memory capabilities. Now let's try another exercise. This time I am going to show the picture of the word and tell you a story as I list them. Since the words are random, the story will not always make much sense. So you need to get creative. You're free to create your own story as we go along if you want. Alright, here we go. Car. I was driving my red car. It was a good day and the cold breeze was on my face. Watermelon. Suddenly a watermelon appeared in my car. It was already cut into pieces. I ate one and it was the sweetest watermelon I ever ate. Monkey. As I ate the watermelon, a big monkey jumped into my car and took away all the remaining pieces of the watermelon. Airport. As I looked out of the car, I saw I was approaching the airport. My dad is arriving today. iPhone. I took my iPhone to call the airline to check the flight status. The flight was delayed. Football. Since the flight was delayed, I drove back home to watch the Football World Cup finals. Birds. I looked out of the window and saw a lot of birds. Building. Among all those buildings in the background, there was one orange building that stood out. Tailor. I realized my tailor was around the corner from that building. I had to collect my trouser from the tailor. Water. When I reached the tailor, I was thirsty, so I asked her for some water. She gave me a bottle of water. Violin. As I drank the water, I heard someone play violin on the street. It was a small boy. It was melodious. Cupcake. When I went to speak to him, he gave me a cupcake. It was delicious. Scooter. While I was there, I saw a delivery man ride his orange scooter. Now let's pause and write down all the words. Did you do better this time? Comment below with the scores from both items. Did you notice we had 13 words this time? If this video helped you, it's time to hit that like button. Do you have a better technique to remember? Please comment below. Or if you want us to do a video on any particular topic, feel free to comment them below as well. Until we see you next time, bye from the Explain World.